Hello friends and welcome back to the Wonky Carrot Homestead. In this episode we are going to be planting our very own truffle orchard. So come along and enjoy the fun. I'm up here on the driveway leading into our property and for Phoebe's recent birthday got her two trees. One is a pecan tree and one is a French oak. And what's special about those trees is the roots or the pots, the soil, is inoculated with truffle. I think there's a white truffle and a black truffle, so different between the two trees. Anyway, we've been trying to figure out where to put them, and we're thinking this little spot, just sort of on the driveway on the way in, just near the creek, is a good little spot because it's a nice open area, and we just think the trees would do well here. The soil for these trees apparently needs to be around pH of 8. So I'm up here just checking the soil pH, and if the soil pH is not right, then we'll have to probably add something to make it slightly more alkaline. It needs a soil pH of around 8. Most of the soil that I've tested so far around the property sits at around pH 7, so neutral, and we need it slightly alkaline. So I'll get on with doing that. So this is a fairly simple soil pH test kit, and as an environmental scientist, I'm very familiar with these and how they work. We use them a lot, believe it or not, in soil science research, but also quite a lot in the professional settings as well, because they're really quick. They give a decent accuracy of what they are, or what the soil pH is. So there's really not much to it. There's a little plate here where you put some of the soil onto to test it. There's an indicator chart. There's an instruction manual, which I've used this so many times I don't really bother reading anymore. So indicator chart. There's a dye indicator solution here, and then there is barium sulfate, which you use to create the reaction, which gives you the indication of the pH of the sample. So I'm going to put this over here so the wind doesn't blow it away. Oh, and there's a little stick to mix things around, so chuck that there. When testing, it's quite dry here, when testing the soil pH, what you generally tends to do is dig a little bit of a hole, mix it around, and then just put, I don't know, a teaspoon maybe or so, doesn't really matter all that much, onto your plate. Use your little mixy stick just to get it all there together. Now, it's not really an exact science doing this. You sort of just do a bit of this and do a bit of that. Bit of bucket chemistry, I suppose you can call it. So a couple of little squirts of this. There's a bit of soil there, gets a little bit wet with the indicator dye, which is what you want. Just mix it around, make sure you've got enough moisture there in that soil, so when you get your barium sulfate powder on top of it, Dora's coming back now, she's been up in the dam by the look of it, drop your barium sulfate powder onto it, sort of like a dusting, and you let it sit there. It only takes literally a couple of seconds. And then you can already see this is about pH, so a little bit more acidic than I was expecting it, so it's about 6.5 to 7 perhaps. Bring this over to the camera so you can see it a bit better. So we're probably about pH 6.5, just there.
Pecan tree with truffles and French oak or holly with truffles. Let's go.
Go plant.
How excited are you for our first truffle harvest?
Well, it took 5 years until we might get one, but
Still
I'm
excited.
pretty excited.
And pecan harvest.
Pecans!
That'll be yummy.
Yeah. Dora's pretty excited. She can't wait.
Dora's so excited.
That's a heavy load up that hill.
Ah!
Oh no. I think Dora's a bit excited.
I think she's very excited. She's a bit confused as to what's going on. So we're planting the pecan tree up here on the driveway, so it's got plenty of space to grow. It can get nice and big, and we can get lots of pecans and truffles off it. And we think we'll probably plant the holly maybe near the orchard where we'll keep it smaller. And then obviously just focus on getting the truffles. Is this the spot?
This is the one I dug yesterday and did the soil test up there and down there, and it's about the same.
Cool.
So hopefully our hole's deep enough.
Yeah, that looks perfect.
We can put some compost in, and we can put some
Put the lime in to make
lime
the
and
pH
dolomite.
what it needs
Make
to
it
be.
all happy for the plant.
Yay! All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And it'll get plenty of water once the rain comes.
Tree guard.
Perfect.
The lime and dolomite.
Yep. Some compost.
Compost.
Cool. Cool, that looks good.
Nice compost.
So what does the pH have to be? 8?
8, yeah.
Cool. So we're adding limestone.
Lime
and dolomite.
dolomite.
Was it from the Dolomites?
Good. One of our favourite places. So I went for this one because it's granuled.
So we just sprinkle it in.
Yeah, and it's 2 in 1, whereas the other one is a dust, or lime dust, more or less, which I don't really want to be playing around with.
No.
So anyway,
So how often are we going to have to add this to the tree?
well, whenever the soil test tells us that we need to do it. But this first dose will give it quite a lot for quite a long time. This is pH neutral as well, this soil, generally. Slightly alkaline, so we'll just sort of toss a scoop or so in. It doesn't matter if it goes too much over where we want it to go. The only reason why we're adjusting the soil pH is not for the tree itself. The pecan would be fine in
For the truffles?
6.5. It's to make the truffles.
Yum. So I wonder how often we should test the pH of the soil.
For the first little while, every couple of months, I reckon.
Yeah, but then if it
Absolutely.
takes 5 years to get truffles, do you think it matters if the pH is wrong in the first 5 years? Because they won't activate until 5 years' time?
I guess since these are inoculated plants, we don't want to lose the spores that are in the soil.
True.
Once again, my hair is causing problems. So this is the pecan. Did you want to put it in?
Yeah.
It's your one.
My 30th birthday present. Who knows what it'll look like in 30 years' time.
Hopefully big and producing delicious pecans.
Hopefully.
And truffles.
And
Dual
truffles. Who even knew you could do that? I don't know how you managed to find this website.
Lots of research. And it's inoculated with French black truffle, Tuber melanosporum.
Cool.
This famous black truffle originating from Périgord region in France is highly aromatic and has exceptional culinary value with chefs and restaurants. Harvested in winter, July to the end of August, the skin is dark in colour and the internal is black with white veins when ripe. It's exciting. We're going to see that.
I just don't know how we know where there's truffles along the roots. Do we just dig everywhere?
I think we might have to get a truffle pig.
Oh, how exciting. It's nice soil here. It's probably good we're planting just after it's rained because it's all soft to dig and nice and moist.
One day you'll be scratching in this soil finding truffles.
I know, how exciting. And then we can make truffle pasta, truffle olive oil, truffle salt. Yum. Truffle cheese, truffle honey. Remember how good the truffle honey was at that winery?
So good.
Yum.
Dora, what are you eating?
Grass. How's that look?
That's pretty good.
Cool. Welcome to the Homestead pecan tree. Hopefully it grows big and strong. Hopefully no kangaroos eat it. All right, let's do this tree guard. I don't think I'm tall enough. I think you'll have to do this part.
All right, trade places.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
Looking good. It's a good height because it's tall enough that the kangaroos won't be able to reach over and eat the top of it.
Okay, let's get some wire and wire it in.
Yeah.
Can hear again.
All right. Let's plant the holly. Seems weird planting holly.
Probably is weird planting holly because...
Remember we have it up in the mountains on the property?
Yeah.
And it's just a weed.
Yeah. Maybe we should call it French oak rather than holly.
Makes it sound better.
It does.
All right, ready?
Let's go.
All right, Dora, lead the way. Good girl. So we're planting this one in the orchard?
Correct.
All right, cool. So we're going to plant the French oak, aka holly, which is inoculated with truffles. In there we've planted the row of fruit trees, which we showed everyone the other day. And then there's our orchard there. So it's going to go there.
Here we are.
Cool. And then that area over there is where the echidna likes to hang out. For anyone who hasn't seen it, I think it made an appearance in our video with the planting of the fruit trees, which we will link right here. All right, let's do this. Oh, looks like good soil.
It's really nice soil down here. A little bit rocky, but that's all right.
It's definitely easier planting fruit trees when they're little rather than trying to have them in pots for 5 years and then plant them in the ground.
Definitely much easier this way.
Having to dig gigantic holes. So French or holly oak inoculated with French black truffle. pH around 8.
Lime, Dolomite. Oh, this also has molasses in it because apparently molasses helps something. What does it do?
Interesting.
It says so lime is rich in calcium, which helps reduce the chance of tomatoes developing blossom end rot. Well,
We know
these are
that.
not tomatoes, but we do that elsewhere. Dolomite lime contains magnesium, which boosts fruit quality and encourages healthy green plant growth. The addition of molasses helps improve soil structure by providing food for beneficial soil microorganisms.
Interesting.
So we'll see
Better
how
hope
that
the
works.
chickens don't smell it.
I know, they love molasses.
They are obsessed with molasses.
Let's trade places.
That's all right, you can plant this one.
This is your birthday present.
True.
Got to give it good birthday vibes.
All right.
Ah,
Okay. Happy birthday, plant. How's that look?
looks pretty good.
Oh, wow. Soil's so wet from the rain.
Remind me what this one's inoculated with? I can't remember.
Black truffle with French black truffle.
So that's the same as the other one?
No, the other one said something about white truffle, didn't it? Because I thought one's a white, one's a black.
Oh, we'll find out.
From memory. All right, done.
Now to put the guard in.
Yep. Tree guard. That's your job.
Well, here it is, folks. Our tree happily planted in the ground. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Wonky Carrot Homestead, and we hope to see you next time. Catch you then. Bye for now.